Well, how are you, my students? I'm fine. Our fourth session is starting from changes around us. So, when we are going to talking about changes around us, there are two changes that happen or occur on the surface of the earth. These changes are said to be physical change and chemical change. So, these physical change and chemical changes can have their own property, and there are different changes that can happen as a result of different factors. So first of all, what's the difference between this physical change and chemical change? Okay, so this physical change means there is change in appearance in a physical change. Physical change means when the substance becomes a physical change means it becomes changing a physical appearance. That means it becomes changing size and changing shape of the objects. Whereas in a chemical change, when the substance becomes a chemical change means the first substance changed into another substance through different processes, and the substance that changed into another substance can produce new substance with new properties. It can have its own new properties. That means the property of the first substance and the property of the new substance that is formed as a result of different factors can have different properties. So this is the first one. The second one is no change in composition and a physical change. Yeah, when the substance becomes a change in appearance or change in size and change in shape means the composition of the substance remain the same. There is no change in composition of substance in a physical properties. But when it comes to chemical properties, there is change in composition because when the substance becomes a chemical change means new substance with new properties formed. And when the substance changes into new substance to produce other substance, it becomes changing composition because without changing this composition, no new substance can be formed. So, in a chemical change, one substance can be changed into another substance means it becomes changing composition of the substance as well as it becomes changing mass of the substance in a chemical change. But but chemical change cannot be easily reversed, whereas physical change can be easily reversed. And a physical change, no change in the property of substance, but in chemical change, there is change in property of substance because new substance is formed, there is change in composition. If new substance is formed and during that time there is change in composition of substance and change in mass of the substance, the property of the substance also changes into the new substance. This is the common and difference between physical change and chemical change. The similarity between these both changes are they become changes, and they are the changes that can happen around us. This is common for both physical and chemical change. When it comes to the examples of this one, examples of physical change, melting, melting of ice, melting of ice is common examples of physical change. Uh, Tearing of paper, tearing of paper is a physical change. Tearing of paper, grinding, grinding, grinding of sand is also another examples of physical change. Evaporation of water, evaporation, evaporation of water, evaporation of water, H2O, which is the chemical formula of water, because you have learned it in lower grades. Yes, this is the chemical formula of water, H2O. Uh, dissolving, dissolving of substance, dissolution, dissolving of substance. These are examples of this physical change. When it comes to examples of this chemical change, there are different methods or different techniques that leads to become the substance a chemical change. For example, burning, burning of paper, paper or wood, or burning of charcoal. Yeah, burning of candle, burning of candle, candle tree. Yes, burning, fermentation, fermentation, decomposition, photosynthesis, photosynthesis. Yes, Photosynthesis is a process that used to make food for plants. Yeah, using their leaf in the presence of sunlight. Okay, with the help of their chlorophyll, which is found on the leaf, plants can make their food. So the process is actually photosynthesis. All of these are said to be changes that happen around us as a result of physical change and chemical change. And there is the effect of physical change and the effect of chemical change. Both changes can have their own positive and negative effects. That means they have their own uses and they have their own disadvantages. So what are the advantages and the disadvantages of this physical change and chemical change that happen around us? We will see in another time.